The World Health Organization has unfortunately halved the amount of sugar intake that is recommended. From 10% it went to 5% of the total calorie intake a day. Nutritionists say it took the WHO a long time to make this decision, about 10 years, in which obesity and bad teeth health have increased immensely. Last Tuesday, a leading doctor called for a tax on sugar to help combat growing levels of obesity. I just think 5% is a very ambitious target and will be tough for the population.
So guys, this is it. Now you can finally find out who invented that. Kind of. Basically, a team led by Estonian and Finnish researchers analyzed over 100 biomarkers that are just things in your blood, and 500 of the nearly 10,000 people died in the next 5 years, depending on which types of biomarkers were found in their blood. The measures were independent to factors like age, smoking, and obesity. The results didn't change when only healthy people were studied. The researchers carried on with the work that, if developed, could change life as we see it today.
Have you ever thought about how long DNA lasts? This thought was brought back to scientists when they discovered a 50-year-old sample of DNA on the crime scene of an estranglement, and that this DNA even links to the family of the suspect. Too bad he's already dead. DNA can last a very long time under ideal conditions. For example, frozen or sealed away in a vacuum-packed container. Researchers said that it can be readable even after 1.5 million years. Hopefully, this mystery of the Boston Strangler murder case will be solved, thanks to DNA.
Genetics may help explain why some, or even more than half, of senior athletes are high-functioning despite having one or both hip anomalies typically associated with early-onset osteoarthritis. Developmental dislocation, dysplasia, a loose hip joint or impingement FAI, so far the results are being examined. But the researchers are sure that the genetics is the key to figuring this out. In their test, 546 senior athletes, 57% of them were male, were tested for signs of OA. Amazingly, 67% had one sign of OA and 8% had the impingement of the hip, in which an extra bone extends over the normal rim of the hip socket. 24% of the athletes had signs of both cam and pincer. Overall, surprisingly, 93% of athletes have some kind of hip disease. Brain tumors hijacked by scientists. One of the factors that makes glioblastoma cancer tumors extremely difficult to treat is that the cancer cells spread through the brain via blood vessels and nerve fibers to invade new locations. Now, however, scientists have learned literally to hack this mechanism turning it against the cancer by using a kind of string made from nanofibers, which in size is twice as small as human hair. Since cancer cells use a lot of energy to move around the brain vessels and nerves, therefore giving them an easy path to follow and easy path to go on, that requires less energy to move around them, they will obviously go there and potentially be outside the brain, where it can be captured and killed. This practice worked on mice, but sadly won't kill or destroy the cancer, yet. Since 2000, US government health research agencies have spent almost $1 billion on an effort to print out thousands of 3D structures of various proteins. The PSI, Protein Structure Initiative, funded large teams of biologists, physicists, chemists, and engineers to transform the science of protein analysis and printing. However, the National Institute of General Medical Sciences couldn't listen to the long-standing criticism of the program and cut the pipe. Due to this, funding will expire in June 2015. However, people have doubts what it will mean for the future of structural biology in the US.